Hello students. So in continuation to the topic we had just discussed about the electric field concept and its physical significance, now we proceed further with the topic electric field lines. These are a kind of imaginary lines. By definition, what are they? These are the paths straight or curved along which an isolated unit positive charge tends to move in a given electric field. What does it mean? We are having an electric field around a given charge. Say this is a charge Q and this is its field. Now what happens? In this field we place here any charge, say plus Q naught. Remember that Q naught we had discussed or considered to be a unit positive charge. Now the presence of this plus Q will have a repulsive effect on this charge Q naught. If it is an isolated charge, means it is not bound and it is free to move, then this can be repelled along this path by the charge plus Q. It means this is the path along which the charge will tend to move. This is known as the electric field line. Remember that the condition is this charge should be an isolated, that is free to move charge. It should not be bound charge. Then only we can have the concept of electric field. Similarly, if we have got any minus Q charge, then the presence of plus Q naught will have a pull towards the charge. So this is the path along which the charge will tend to move. So this is termed as the movement of charge from towards the negative charge, and this is an electric field line. So here we have plotted the electric field lines for a positive charge and for a negative charge. See, for a positive charge the field lines are always moving outwards. Remember, for a given charge the field lines are perpendicularly outwards for a positive charge, and for a negative charge they are perpendicularly inward at this point. Means at this point this line is perpendicular, at this point this line is perpendicular. Similarly, at this point this line is perpendicular and this line is perpendicular at this point. So the charge plus Q has got the movement of field lines outward. It symbolizes that the positive charge, the unit positive charge, will move away from a positive charge, and that is the basic law that like charges repel each other. Similarly, for a negative charge the field lines are inward. It means any charge here, if it is a unit positive charge, that will tend to move towards the negative charge, means it is being attracted. This is again a fundamental law, that is unlike charges attract each other. Now if we have got a plus charge and a minus charge together, what happens? The field lines are expanding away from the plus charge and they are contracting towards a negative charge. So the region which has got both the charges together will have the lines moving out of the plus charge but moving into the negative charge. So all the field lines you can see, they are moving away from positive charge and they are entering into the negative charge. So the lines of force always originate from a positive charge and move towards a negative charge. This forms the first property of electric field lines, that they start from a positive charge and end at the negative charge. Actually, we say they end at the negative charge because the lines of force are not having any tendency to move across the body of the conductor. That is, they do not form closed loops. This is another property of electric field lines. We will compare this property in the forthcoming videos when we discuss the properties of magnetic field lines which form the closed loops. So there we shall discuss why they form the closed loops and why this is not a closed loop. Presently they are not forming a closed loop. Remember, they do not extend through the body of the conductor. Then if what we have got, this is an electric field line, say the path. Now if we draw a tangent to any point, say point P, and any point, say point A, so these tangents have got certain directions. So the directions of tangents represent the direction of electric field at the corresponding points. That at point A, the field line is towards this, or field is towards this, and at point P, the field is towards this. Remember, the curvature represents that there are two unlike charges, or there is the presence of two charges. If this is plus, so this should be minus. If this is the direction of electric field line. Remember, if it is an isolated or single charge, the field lines will be straight. But if they are curved, they are always showing the presence of two charges. Remember this point. So if they are being pulled in, they are contracted in, so they are showing the presence of two unlike charges. So tangents represent at this point the direction of net force. Net force means the force of plus charge and force of minus charge. The resultant of these two at this point has this direction or in this direction. Clear? Now, if instead of having two plus and minus q charges, we have got both the plus charges. Remember, if you have got both the charges, positive or negative, we are discussing it for two positive charges, q1 and q2. So we observe that on this side of q1 and on this side of q2, the field lines are straight. But the reason in between, you can see that there is the deviation in their path. Means they are exerting pressure on each other, and so they are changing their directions to move. This is only because of repulsion between like charges. This shows a repulsion between like charges. So q1 and q2 are exerting pressure on each other. That's why the field lines deviate from their paths. See, we have pointed out here a point P. What is that? Here, the field of q1 is effective, the field of q2 is effective. So at this point P, the net field because of the two comes out to be 0. Remember, the field lines or the fields because of q1 and q2 will be opposite to each other. If it is positive, it is positive, so they both are repelling the positive charge. So net field at point P comes out to be 0. So point P is referred as a neutral point. The point where the net field because of the presence of q1 and q2 comes out to be 0. Now, one more interesting point and important point about this, that neutral point is always closer to the lesser charge. Again, neutral point is always closer to the lesser charge. Means if here q1 is greater than q2, then P will be near to q2, and if q1 is less than q2, then P will be closer to q2. You can very easily understand that field we had taken as inversely proportional to r square. In the previous video, we had worked out the formula for electric field that shows that it is inversely proportional to r square. Now, if we compare that q1 is greater than q2, so field of E1 is greater than E2 if we take the same distance, or what we have got here, that the field is inversely proportional to r. Greater charge will have lesser field at the farther distance, and the smaller charge will have more field at the nearer distance. So both the fields become equal at a certain point, more distant from q1 and less distant from q2. So neutral point is closer to lesser charge and farther from a bigger charge. So this is the concept. But if q1 and q2 both are same, then the neutral point will be just at the center. This point you will keep in mind while you are solving the numericals. So that is, sometimes in the numericals you are being asked about the position of neutral point. So always consider the neutral point closer to the lesser charge. So on the basis of these studies, we had worked out some properties. The first we had discussed, they start from positive charge and terminate at the negative charge. They do not form closed loops, and we just discussed here that the tangent at any point gives the direction of electric field at this particular point. And remember one more important thing, property, that no two lines can intersect each other. Why it is so? See, if we have got two lines of force intersecting each other, so at the same point there will be two possible directions of electric field. Now the same electric field at one point cannot have two directions. The same electric field at one point cannot have two directions. So that is why this condition is not possible, means intersection is not possible. That is why they never intersect each other. Next point, they show longitudinal contraction on account of attraction between unlike charges. You have observed in this figure that the lines of force were contracting. If there was no negative charge, so this line of force would have been going straight outwards, but the presence of negative charge pulled it inward. So contraction along the length, this is called longitudinal contraction. Why? Because of attraction between unlike charges. And the last is that they exert lateral pressure because of repulsion between like charges. See here, they are exerting lateral pressure on account of repulsion between like charges. Similar observation will be there for negative charges. Only difference, the lines of force will be moving inward. Here they are outward. In that condition they will be moving inward. So this is all about the concept of electric field lines. Thank you. Watch it and subscribe the channel. Thank you.